such an old lady. Pick your nose, Grandma.
Do you know,
Grandma? Fix your bra.
All right. Make sure my food.
girl, this COVID. I got the COVID weight. It is so rude. Unbelievable.
It's funny because when we just got on YouTube, it was like,
ooh. Yeah.
The COVID weight.
Yeah, I got COVID weight, y'all.
So does everybody. Everybody has COVID weight.
Yeah, so
See?
I'm gonna be working it out. You know, I've been
All
trying to
right.
do a little bit, but you know, the COVID weight is
Let me share this.
it's a beast. It's a beast.
Hush,
Yeah.
Don't worry, everybody's gonna be fluffy for the summer.
Yeah.
We all gonna be a little chunky.
It's gonna be too hot to be too fluffy. Ooh,
I know.
you can't move. You be like, oh
no.
Oh no. Got this my fluffy stomach got me a little boo. Oh no.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, Jesus, take the wheel.
Take it, Jesus. Take it.
Let me tell you, these people were driving on a one-way going the other way near my job. And so the one guy said, "Ooh, looks like they're going to be meeting Jesus." I said, "Well, do they know him? I hope they know him."
I don't think they know.
That's how you start a show. That's how you do it.
Oh yeah, we
There
are
you
on
go.
it too. Well, do
Hey,
you
girl.
know him? I hope you know him.
Save that for the benediction, Pastor.
All
Okay.
right.
Save it for the benediction.
Ooh,
Hey,
yeah.
girl. Hey.
What's
It's the
up?
Hey Girl Hey podcast. Big shouts to Urban Media today. We'll talk about Urban Media Today Radio in a sec. It is part 2. Mahogany Jackson returns with some tea, hopefully. So Mahogany Jackson returns. This is a part 2 episode. Mahogany Jackson started last week. If you were not listening, Mahogany Jackson is a fitness instructor. She's a YouTuber. She has a lot of titles. Let me read them down because hold on, because she's a Black woman, a daughter, a sister, a best friend, a soulmate, an HR guru, wellness dealer, aspiring twerk master, music enthusiast, finesser of nuance, and an all around the way girl.
Yes.
Chose to date 200 Black men in Pittsburgh. How she found them, I don't know.
Yeah, because we can't even have 100 Black Men Association because there's not enough to fill.
Yeah, we had to outsource. We had to outsource.
To be clear, I am outsourcing too.
We had to outsource.
Okay.
Well, before we get to fan mail, Mahogany, somebody is not too happy.
I knew they wouldn't be
with you. So I did share the letter on social media. So hopefully some folks were able to read them and check it out. But first things first, before we get to Mahogany and her drama tea, we're going to wrap up this week's hot topics. Prayers out for DMX. DMX rapper, Rough Rider, legendary. He's undergone some brain function. On Wednesday, doctors had some brain function tests and it did not come out too well. So now the family has to make a very bad decision. Fans and family were out. Decision. Yeah, definitely. If you don't know the story, maybe you just got out of prison or something, but everybody should know this story. Rapper DMX, he had a heart attack on Friday due to an overdose. And I guess that overdose triggered the heart attack, and he was without oxygen for 30 minutes. So Mahogany, you may know this. I know this from EMT training, but if the brain goes without oxygen for 8 minutes, I'm not sure if you do know that, but if the brain goes without oxygen for close to 10 minutes, it's really hard.
Yeah,
it's really hard.
4 minutes.
Okay.
I thought it was less than that. Yeah.
Well, okay, maybe it changed because when I knew that it was in the 90s. So
yeah, and I just got my card. Thank you.
Oh well, okay. All right. Anyway, paramedics tried CPR for 30 minutes. Lack of oxygen severely impacted his brain. So, no brain function. There were rumors that he had tested positive for COVID, but that wasn't the case. Claudia Jordan got in trouble because she said condolences.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
And it's just like now they're trying to
tore her
cancel
up.
her and people. I
They
mean, there's
did.
so many reports, so
Send
many
them
fake
online.
news reports out there. But when you heard the news, let's ask our millennial first. When you heard the news, Jared, what did you think?
I was sad. I was so sad. Like, I love DMX. Even I'm still young, but he put out music in the 90s, and my favorite movie he was in was Belly. That's when I fell in love with him. And he's just so good at what he does. Like, he is so talented. Like, he is really legendary. And I was really heartbroken because we all know about his past, about his, addiction with drugs and things like that. And I had seen a documentary, I think it came on BET.
Oh, the Rough Riders.
Yeah. And he was talking about how he was introduced to drugs so early on and his rough childhood growing up. So it's like he, really made it out, you know what I mean? And we all know that he battled addiction before, but he got clean. And we saw him maybe a year or two ago with Swiss Beats in the studio. We're like, oh, we were getting music from him. And, he was doing good. He was, gaining weight, showing that he was eating, So I was rooting for him. But when this happened, I'm just like, oh God, no, you know what I mean? And I didn't think it was this serious, you know what I mean? He's brain dead. They said he's in a vegetable state, which is not good at all. Just prayers to him. I loved how all his fans and family and friends was outside the hospital, just playing his music, praying for him. He got mad love everywhere, so just praying, continuing that he really pulls through, and that whenever he does, hopefully he can have a testimony about it. You know what I mean? So we can really get down to helping him with his addiction. Because drugs, it's the number one killer.
It's a disease.
It's a disease. It really is. It is.
It is. LaShawn?
Well, I love DMX because I'm a drop.
Shut them down, open up shop.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my jam. But all of his songs, he raps prayers. You'd be like, yo, that's real serious that you just said, And then, but I just like DMX, and my prayers are for him and his family that he pulls through this. But he's a good dude, and he's gone through stuff. So I'll just keep, that's my jam there. Every time that plays, I'm like, yo, I gotta get out on the floor. Some of the little lyrics are a little bit much, but they're good.
Girl, act like you don't be getting ratchet in the car. You don't be using them cuss words. Shut up.
And just want to try.
Yes,
And just want to lie. And just want to, I'll be like, yo, that's my song.
What? Mahogany, what you got?
It's that type of music. Gets you one.
It is. It gets you hyped.
Yeah.
Make you want to fight.
Yes. Yeah. He said, I love my baby's mama. I never let her go. I'd be like, yo, that's my song.
And yet he has several. So and on that note, Mahogany, what you got?
I think I'm stuck. Oh no.
Yeah, you froze right here.
We can hear you though.
Okay. So I don't know what happened, but one of my earliest CDs. Yes, children, we had CDs. And that's how we listened to the music. My father bought it. So Flesh of My Flesh. My father bought it. And so he was picking me up from somewhere. And he was like, I got this for you. And it was like, I'm cool, right? I'm like, oh, great, Dad. And he was like, let's listen to the whole CD. I was like, I don't think we should. And so my dad, my wholesome dad, puts the CD in. And I am bumping. I am going on. And he's just looking at me. And I'm like, you bought me the CD. I don't know what to tell you. This is the great CD. It's good.
That's when you used to get them CDs 24 a penny.
Exactly. And then at the end of it, he said, he has some really good lyrics there. Start talking about it. So that was my earliest intro to DMX. And it's really sad that this happened. Drugs or however this has happened. I don't know, is it officially, did they say that it was?
Well, I mean, we're recording this on Thursday, being that the audio will be made available on streaming apps on Saturday. So no telling at this point where we are at where the family has to make a decision. So that's the most recent. I met DMX. I don't know anyone saw the picture.
Your picture, Kiki.
Yeah. He is okay. I want to say was because it's past tense. So I'm not saying was because when I met him, vibrant, friendly, just real like chill. He was just so chill, and he had his dog with him. And he brought the dog into the studio. So we're like, okay, this is DMX. So who's gonna tell him that he can't have a dog?
Yeah,
that's his name.
Don't worry about it. No, don't worry about it. We're not gonna do that. So then it was myself and it was DJ Boogie. And we were getting ready to interview him, and he was talking, he like, you know what I mean?
Was he barking at that when he talks?
He takes out a bottle of Henny, and then he takes out his cigarettes, he puts them on the counter, and he lights up. And we were like, excuse me, so nowhere in America can you smoke inside. You can't smoke. Oh, my bad, no problem, my bad. And he was mad cool. Like gave us backstage passes to the concert. Backstage is so boring. Everybody tries to get backstage. It's really nothing happening there. Yeah. But it's so
you missed the whole freaking show.
Yeah, you missed the show for people just laying around and acting stupid. But I'm glad that I had that memory. It was a good memory. Prayers out to him. I envision him having a long talk with God right now. It's like, it wasn't like he did not believe. He was a firm believer. He was a big believer in God. And I just think right now he just needs to rest. It's just because he's just going to keep fighting these demons. And, no matter how hard he tried, he had Ilyana try to fix his life. Yeah, he's had so many people, and those demons, it's not that he can't, I don't know him, so I don't know if he can fight those demons, but for so long, he needs to rest. He needs to rest. So if right now he's resting, he come out of it. God is God, period.
Yeah.
So if he come out of it, then praise God.
That's right.
But prayers out to his family, his children. I am praying they're all working together. I am praying because the Black family, boy, let me tell you, when you got somebody that got some money.
Yeah.
So I'm praying on that part. I'm just going to say what everybody else is thinking.
No,
I'm just going to say what everybody else is thinking. So prayers out to DMX and his family. Yeah. Let's just pray he got his things in order. Because that's a news story. I'm not trying to read.
It's a good thing he doesn't get his checks like on the 1st and the 3rd or something like that, because they will hold your body over you on life support, let you die after the 1st when that check come in.
What?
It's just what happens. It's just what happens.
I'm not doing it. So get your juice boxes. Everybody lift your glasses for Paul Pierce. Everybody lift your glasses for Paul Pierce.
Who's Paul Pierce?
Paul Pierce, donkey of the day, got fired on his day off. Fired on his day off.
Yes, I saw that.
Ex-NBA superstar
Paul Pierce from Boston Celtics from back in the day.
He Paul Pierce at home right now.
What did Paul do?
Well, let me tell you what he did, sugar.
Tell me what he did.
His brother done got fired. How the hell you gonna get fired on your day off? So he was fired from ESPN after he posted a racy twerk session with strippers live on Instagram. But here's the thing that everybody held on to, though. There was like 300 people watching.
Oh, that's
because he did it live.
Yeah, but you're a superstar.
You didn't get beside yourself, boo.
You still didn't get it.
300 people, you think? Yeah. Oh, okay.
He was smoking weed. He was drinking, twerking. He was enjoying himself. He was really living his best life. He was having a really good time.
Monday.
He was really, he was having fun. He did play in the NBA for 19 seasons. And before joining ESPN, he was at the network for 3.5 years. And I heard reports that he was saying something better is coming. I don't know what that is. But unless he's on the red table, unless he's at the red table talks, I don't know what else is.
Well, maybe he might be doing like, newscasting at the strip joint. There goes Honeycup. She's going up the
Strippers got to hear the news too. Strippers need to know what's going on.
There goes Honeycup.
There's Honeycup. She's just going up the pole. Twerk, twerk, twerk. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he's doing something like that.
How you gonna get fired on your day off?
You was enjoying it too.
Not everything. That's the problem. Everyone posts stuff for the gram, and you know what I mean, for likes and for views. Like, you're a professional. You know what I mean? I'm not mad at you doing it. Do your thing. That's your business. But why you gotta show it to everybody? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's
what you do.
That is what you do. But to a certain extent, like, you ain't in the NBA no more. You know what I mean? Like, you're a professional broadcaster. There's a difference. You know what I mean? Like, that's like me doing that. And my job, who I work for, or somebody say something to them, I'm going to have to get a question. You know what I mean? So there's a time and a place. You know what I mean? I'm not mad at him doing it. That's what people do. Just, you didn't have to record it and put it on live, knowing who you are. You know what I mean? That's the thing that was dumb with him.
Because he recorded it himself. It wasn't like somebody,
it's like somebody
back in the cut recording
right,
it.
Exactly.
No, he was holding the camera.
He was holding the camera up in his face.
No.
Yeah. So
Mahogany,
this is bad. This day and age, whenever they're trying to do equality for women in sports, then he does something like that and shows them kind of objectified. That's not good. I don't know. He figured that one out. Figure that
real quick. Before we get out, we had the last 5 minutes. Cardi B. Okay, I am not one to tell anybody what to do with their kids because I have my own child, and I am quick to say, you need to mind your damn business. Don't tell me how to raise my child. Don't tell me what to do with my child. And the same thing if anyone else has an opinion about what they do with their children. Okay. It's just certain things you just keep to yourself. You know, you see somebody at the supermarket and their child just crawling on the floor. Under your breath, you're going to be like, you's a stupid ass. Like, why you got your kid on the floor? What kind of mother are you? You're saying that to yourself. You're not really, at least I'm not. However, this particular situation, Cardi B treated her daughter, who I think may be 3, to a $29,000 shopping spree. Mm-hmm. She bought this little girl designer bags, hair accessories, and jewelry. Cardi said God gave her $1 for a reason. When I was that age, my mother gave me empty cardboard boxes, pots, and pans, and I had a ball. I can't tell this woman what to do with her money, but I could come up with I could make a couple of suggestions on what you could do with $29,000. That's paying a salary for a single mom out there. I can't tell Cardi B what to do with her money. That she makes her money how she wants to, but because it's public, I can make a comment about it. Like, bruh, come on. Mahogany, you didn't respond to the last story, but do you want to talk about anything you want to say about this one?
Well, I just think, I love her. I love her enthusiasm. I love her enthusiasm. And it's almost just like, it's not my business to say. I try not to have a whole too strong of opinion, but that's just too much. She's 3 years old. She's not going to really remember this. It's more, you're really spinning it for you and your ego, as opposed to really making your daughter happy, because I'm sure she's a busy, successful woman. So she might be flying around. Her schedule's really busy. There's so many people in the house. Spending a day alone with mommy, would probably...
They value that more than a bag.
Right. So this really wasn't about the baby. It was really, I feel like, about her. And look, I made it. I remember when, and that's still, that's incredible. This is a Cinderella story. She's probably living over every day. So I'm trying to empathize with that, but your child's not going to remember this, and she's 3. She's not going to remember this, and that's $29,000. Now, any of those pieces can be invested in some kind of way. I know certain designer bags can be. Then all right, so these are investments as well. Okay, that's smart if you're going to do it. But
she's 3.
Yeah.
Yeah,
she's 3.
You buy 3-year-old a baby doll and they play with the box.
They love that.
They don't care anything about that.
Did you see did you see the video with the woman who and we gotta go to break, but the woman who had a baby in a high chair that was crying, and she was giving her like a bottle, and she didn't want she wanted a toy, and she didn't want the toy, but gave her a box of macaroni. She wanted the pacifier. She didn't take the pacifier, but she wanted like keys. So babies play with like the simplest things. If it's engaging, it's you have nothing. There are mothers who don't have the money, and they make my son, and we'll go to break after this, but my son was maybe 4. And I mean, I was a young mother, and times was hard. I had to pay rent before I can take care of Christmas. So what I did, he didn't know what Christmas was. Really? Right. I took some damn batteries and put them in the old toys.
Yeah.
And put them old toys under the tree.
Yeah.
Tigger was just jumping. Tigger ain't jumped in a year. I said, look at God, won't he do it? And Vaughn had no idea. So, again, Cardi, if you're watching this, because I know you watch frequently.
Spend more time with your kid.
Yeah, that's all. And she's a cutie pie too. She can make her own damn money, I'm sure. She is a beautiful, go ahead, couture or culture, right? Culture.
Couture. They can fashion that little girl's face and put it on a baby doll.
Beautiful. There you go. All right, so we're gonna take a quick break. Mahogany, we got fan mail.
Okay.
Somebody is not happy with you, sis.
That's how it always is.
The men respond to Mahogany. I am a good man. He just has some issues. That's the name of the fan mail. We're going to read that. Well, you'll see. Okay. Let's take a quick break. It's the Hey Girl Hey podcast on Urban Media Today. Hold tight.
Hold tight.
All right. Hey Girl Hey. Time for fan mail. Mahogany Jackson.
Yes.
Black woman, a daughter, a sister, a best friend, a soulmate, an HR guru, a wellness dealer, aspiring twerk master, music enthusiast, finesser of nuance, and all around the way girl. Part 2, Mahogany joins us because she shared some details about how she is new to the dating scene after recently breaking off an engagement, and she wanted to check out the brothers of Pittsburgh. She wanted to know what was going on, so she went on a couple of dates. We're not all good. And today she's back to tell us what happened on some of the dates. But because she broke this story, hope we got our juice boxes. But she broke the story last week. She talked about it last week, and someone wrote us an email. Here it is. Hey, ladies, I listen to your show frequently, and I enjoy the content. Last week, you had a woman on named Mahogany who says she dated a few men and found something wrong with all of them. I'd like to respond. I am a good man. I'm tired of women saying there aren't any good men out here. None of us are perfect. We have enough problems trying to prove to society we're not animals, let alone try to convince our queens that we are human too. I'm 24. I work in a garage. I spent time in jail, made some bad choices. I own that. I'm not into politics that much. I'd vote if I were allowed, working on that now. I have one son. I pay child support when I can. I work out, not that much, and I take care of myself. He sounds like he bidding for a date. I agree. The brothers, look, she's already like, I agree. Y'all, I'm joking. I only looked at you in my peripheral. I could see.
He sounds pretty good.
I agree.
Oh my God.
I agree. The brothers out here aren't all impressive, and I'm not tooting my horn, but come on. He said tooting my horn. Okay. He's 24 and said tooting my horn.
He said toot.
Sure.
Toot. Bringing toot. We bringing toot back. Not all of us are stupid or lazy or horny or insecure. Sis was engaged to a white man. Do you think her standards are too high? I don't even like saying that.
Absolutely.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Y'all hear this?
Wait. Look at y'all. Y'all like, wait a minute. Take my earrings off.
No, he did. Go ahead.
I don't even like saying that. But I feel like because of what she's used to, she's expecting all of that from any man who looks her way. I'm not saying she's wrong, but she can give some of us a chance. I look forward to hearing your responses since I know she'll be back this week for part 2. If I were in Pittsburgh, I would definitely ask her out. but I'm not sure she'll give me a chance. I'm confident, I just don't have the time. Take it easy, ladies. Love the show. I'm gonna get my juice box.
We love you too.
So happy for
love you.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I love
we
it.
love him. How old he say he's 24?
Okay. So all I can say is that is like, I did not badmouth black men. I didn't poo on all black men, but that is what you heard. So what I said and what you heard was two different things. But I appreciate everything that you said. Everything that you said, and I wish more black men would have this kind of conversation. So I appreciate it. Please write in, continue. And I love how you broke it down. So I really appreciate that. But that's not what I said. I said, I have had trouble dating black men here and outside of Pittsburgh. I'm trying to find that connection. I'm trying to find, ways in which to communicate. And yes, it's going to be different because I was with a white man, and there is a difference. Absolutely.
There is.
Culture, of course, culture. There's a difference.
Oh, culture.
Culture that way. There's going to be a difference of the black culture, white men, black men. There's going to be a difference in certain things. And I'm learning that. But it's rough out here. And so when you say, you gave your resume of like all the great things that you're doing, and I applaud you. But when I go into these situations, I'm not like there with a clipboard and my glasses like, okay, so job, check.
Yeah.
Check. This, check. It's not even that far. It's approaching, it's the way that I'm given respect.
Right.
That's been different in my experience when I've been dating black men. And I'm not bashing it, baby. I'm still doing it. I'm still wanting that. But, it's just been a difference. And so I try to find humor in those circumstances. And that's why I got my little nicknames and I have my little highlights of them, because so far I can say I never really had a bad date, maybe a little disappointing, but for the most part, that's about as far as it's gone, really. But I believe in black men. I love them. I love them. I want them to love me back. So I'm trying to figure out like what's going on. But I also know everybody's different. So maybe it's just the brothers that I talk to. There's more out there, I'm not jaded or turned off by it, but it's just one of those things that for me, I'm asking the question why. But I appreciate that letter because all that he said, some brothers don't even say that. They won't even talk about like, what is it that way? You felt I was attacking. And I feel like sometimes when us women criticize or show any kind of, which most people should be able to do to have a conversation, it's immediately, oh, you guys are always bashing us. I'm like, all I said was, can you please close the door? It's like, you know what I mean?
Well, you would have said it to anybody.
Get your hand out my pocket.
You know what I mean? Like, you always I was like, I just want a hug.
So I'm glad you brought that up, Mahogany, because when I see mixed race couples, I go through two different thoughts. When I see a black man with a white woman, my mind goes to what happened? Like,
you give the little, come on, son.
And it's bad because everybody deserves love. Yeah. Everybody deserves love. But when I see a sister, a black woman with a white man, it's like, is he treating her like a queen? How come he could treat her like a queen, but a brother can't treat her like a queen? So I don't understand. How is it that the brother can't find a queen, but this white man found her? So where y'all not looking? Y'all not at the same grocery store. Y'all didn't go to the same wedding reception. So what, it really, I think that.
I will say in my defense and just my experience, and hopefully people can hear me, I would go into places and who would talk to me? You know what I mean? I'm a little bit more traditional. I can say I have a mixed bag of like, I'm traditional yet, I have some newer ideas out here, but I would like a man to approach me.
Yeah.
It's not, and I'm not one of those girls that try to be too cute. Parents be like, oh, she's too cute. She doesn't even smile or nothing. No, see this baby, I got my girl face. I smile. hey.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, you know,
right.
I smile and I say hello and I feel like I'm engaging and I put out that energy, like, what's up? But brothers don't, it's been this way for the longest time. They don't step to me.
Right.
You know who does? White men.
White men, yeah.
Men, they come right up like, well, hey, you have a lovely smile or whatever else.
Yeah.
And they come and talk to you. And
yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, so you're going to go or you're going to talk and get to know the person that's talking to you. I mean, I guess I can roll my eyes and not speak to them, but then what am I doing?
Do you blame sisters for that?
Do I blame
for how we will tear a brother down?
I don't.
No matter how hard a brother is trying, we are never too pleased. We are tearing them down. We're constantly criticizing them and telling them what we ain't. And then we find a woman of another ethnic background who sees the good in him and builds him up. So when you say, like, I am a queen, and I am treated as such. So any man that is not my man, I still expect him to speak.
That's right.
I expect him to open the door for me because I am a queen. I am a woman. I am a mother.
Yes.
I am a woman.
Yeah.
So why not? But we got sisters out here that's like, I could open my own damn door. I don't need nobody to do nothing for me. You ain't that. And it's like, yo.
But I feel like they were made that way. They weren't born that way. They were made that way.
Yeah, we made that way for sure.
The women were made that way, you're saying?
Meaning like they were made that way. They weren't born that way. They adapted. And so they adapted and they took it and they made ownership. And that's what we do with Black people, right? We take ownership of a lot of the negative and we turn that into, we spin it, turn that into a positive, make it our own, and have ownership of it and be proud of it. So it might not come off, and I hear what they're saying, because I do have brothers that talk about like women that are like that way, and they're like, what am I supposed to do with that? That's his foolishness. What am I supposed to do with that? And I'm like, talk to her. Talk to her, because that is to me a wall. That's all of a wall. You got to get past that. But I hear it both sides. I don't want to go through any walls. Well, y'all brothers got walls too. And I understand that. I know, I see society treats us. Of course you got that, but we got to work to communicate. And I really think it's a communication issue. My issue with it is communicating what, like I just said from the beginning, what I said and what you heard was two different things. I didn't come on here and say Black men in Pittsburgh ain't this or ain't that. No, I love them. I love y'all. I'm just trying to have y'all love me back.
Right. I mean, they all right.
You ain't missing much,
but I mean, they
ain't. And like I said, I'm back to the streets. No, I'm kidding. I'm back to exploring different, keeping my mind open. My preference is Black men. I'll say it.
Right, absolutely.
And but I'm gonna keep myself open because love is love. Speaking of which, it's salsa night tonight, and I'm going.
Nice. Okay.
Salsa bay,
You ain't gonna find no brothers. You ain't gonna find no brothers at salsa night, girl. Ain't no brothers gonna be at salsa night. If they at salsa night, they're looking for white girls.
Well, you do know Afro Latinos do exist. So there's Colombians, Venezuelans, they're all over. So it's not just like people think of Puerto Rico or Mexico or Cuban. There's all the whole diaspora.
No. I agree. I'm just thinking that if there's a neighborhood establishment that's hosting a salsa night, I'm immediately imagining the scenario. If there's some brothers in there, the brothers are not there looking for sisters.
Well, I mean, that's where I go here.
I have no problem saying
I think people are just, trying to broaden their horizons and do different things. Some things that might have been traditionally, we used to say, well, that white people do that, or, Black people don't do that. That's not true.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
Okay. Yeah. So,
I hear what you're saying.
Now, apple picking, yeah. Salsa dancing, no.
It was either this or I was going to go roller skating tonight. So it's one of the two.
Now you will find some brothers roller skating.
All of them have too many people.
A lot of Black people who roller skate. I see that.
I have not roller skated since junior high, so we'll see. Prayers up.
There's some brothers roller skating now. There's some brothers. I was gonna ask a question, being that I'm from Pittsburgh, but the thing is, I'm not married. I was gonna ask, like, so I've always seen like these square memes that'll say like, different neighborhoods. So I lived in Baltimore for 8 years. So it would be like, this is Mondawmin, or this is Glen Burnie, this is Baltimore City or Baltimore County, and the pictures were different. So if it's a woman, like if she looked run down, it'd be like, that's Mondawmin, or that's Glen Burnie. Like, so I wanted to ask the question, like the where are the cute guys in Pittsburgh? So the finest brothers in Pittsburgh are in what neighborhood? Are from what area?
Ooh.
Well, I will tell
the hood.
What? No. But if you had to go, like that's the caption. If in the hood you were looking for a fine brother, where would you find them?
We used to do that in high
Monroeville?
Monroeville, in my opinion. I go to the gym there. I go to the gym there, and yes.
They're not from Monroeville. They're
not
just
from there.
No, I'm saying they're not from. I'm saying, where are they from? From where?
Oh, city-wise.
Yeah, because they're not. They ain't living in Monroeville.
I would think so.
No, in Pittsburgh, honey.
Oh, in Pittsburgh.
Wait, LaShawn said, I heard you.
LaShawn said, I said DC.
No, I'm only kidding. I'm not even going to talk about the brothers. I mean, I'm not talking bad about them at all.
I've seen them both in Monroeville at one time. So,
but they're from, so they could be from Homewood. I remember my best friend always said, man, Homewood got some fine brothers. Okay. And it's like, okay, I'm not looking. So it's like, okay, but would you say the Hill District or the North Side or Wilkinsburg? Would you say Duquesne?
When we were in high school, we used to say that if you went to Penn Hills had like the pretty girls. Wilkinsburg, like they had the stuck-up girls. Wilkinsburg had like the pretty girls. Homewood girls would like fight you. Like that's high school.
Same for Hill District. Hill District drug
girls,
dealers.
You didn't mess with them. And don't be from like Arlington. All that stuff used to be. But now it's like, where do most single guys buy homes? I think that's what makes them not their money, but their grind makes them attractive. So I can't say because cute dudes come a dime a dozen, and I know a whole slew of cute dudes, whole bunch of them.
Right.
But that's what not.
And I would say Cranberry Township. If we're doing that, Cranberry Township, but they're not looking at me, baby. They're not looking. They're just not.
Yeah.
Not doing it.
That's true.
And it's interesting. We'll have to talk about that, but I don't want to get all.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna get into your experiment.
I got a couple things.
You got some questions?
Yeah, some questions.
So let's take a quick break. We're gonna give her. We're gonna go into it after this quick break. Let her take a sip of her juice box.
Okay.
And we're going to go into Mahogany Jackson's experiment. Next, it's the Hey Girl Hey podcast on Urban Media Today.
I like that. I like that. Switching it up on us. I love that.
Yes. Switch it up.
And we're back. It's the Hey Girl Hey podcast on Urban Media Today. Mahogany Jackson joins us. We got juice boxes filled. We are ready for the tea. Mahogany Jackson chose to date some Black men in Pittsburgh. She just wanted to see what the scene was like after ending an engagement. She wanted to know what was going on. And LaShawn she's going to referee this one. I'm going to just sit back. Jer and I are going to sit back and sip.
Because I want to know. Help me out.
So you categorize your dates, Mahogany. You give them special names. I know you talked to us about the what was it, Fluffy?
No, Yogi Bear.
Yogi Bear.
Yeah.
And it was like two more, but outside of them, who are your most memorable? Or just give us some examples of like what happened.
Country. Country was really country. He's from the South. He was here working.
I think I met Big Country.
No.
From the South was here working.
Did you meet him?
I know Big Country.
Because there's only one.
I named him Big Country too.
No.
His name is Country, not Big Country. You met Big Country.
I named him Big, and he's a little guy, but I named him Big Country. I used to be like, "Yo, Big Country." He's like, "Yeah."
Not the same guy.
Not the same guy. No.
He's a hell of a tennis player, man. Big Country's a hell of a tennis player.
I can't.
Oh no, this brother does not play any tennis. Oh no.
Tell us about Country.
Oh man, when he came for our date, he had a leopard shirt, buttoned down all the way down to the middle of his chest, hair, pecs out there. I mean, he just
look at
sunglasses. Girl, it wasn't me, but I was just.
I'm sorry, a leopard.
Leopard, honey.
How this man brought it back to the 80s.
Leopard.
Did he have a gold chain on?
Jerome's in the house. Jerome's.
Black leather pants.
Better watch your mouth.
Yes, black leather pants, no sock loafers.
That's what's up.
And that's not my aesthetic, but that's all right. He was very cute in the face, very good hair.
He was cute in the face.
Thick. When I say good hair, his hair was nice, and he does that. I love that kind of like, that brush where they can brush their hair and it's all kind of like, little naughty and happy. Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it gives it
So he had that going on, but the outfit was killing me. I had to take a picture. I'm like, no, he isn't, but he's out here. So I was like, and he was like, we went to, I live in East House. So there's a lot of, bars and stuff like that. He's like, let's just do a bar crawl. And, and so we just had the best time, but he was such a lightweight. I'm not a heavy drinker. I drink wine, but baby, he had like a daiquiri, maybe two. And he was like slurring all over. But before that, he was dancing. He was very affectionate. He was very funny. He was like very like just charismatic and just open. Like didn't none of this standoffish, this whole kind of the themes in some of these dates. It's like they're trying to prove to me how different they are from the rest. They even say different. I'm so different. I'm different. You don't have to tell me. I know. You don't got to.
Right.
Like, let's just keep it natural. He was like the most natural of it.
Right.
Lightweight. I ended up having him because he drove. He was like 45 minutes away. So I had him sleep on my couch. Because I can't let him out there like that. And it was fine, but he was.
You better call him an Uber.
I guess I could have, but I just felt bad. I didn't feel like
Jitney.
This was like our third date, so it wasn't like I felt like.
Okay, well then it was something. You had two other dates, so
right. It wasn't your first one.
Yeah,
was that a turn off for you when him getting that drunk?
No, it wasn't. I see that it happens like that, but you don't have to. If you don't drink like I drink. Not that I'm a drinker, but if you don't drink like that, we don't have to do that. We could have just sat and played cards because I really need to step my spade game.
Right.
It's been neglected for 6 years. You know what I'm saying? So I needed help. But, so that was really fun. Yeah, so that was really fun. We're still friends. We still talk every now and again, but when I say he's country,
he landed in the friend zone.
Yeah, he's in the friend zone.
I think the nice thing about dating and that you're doing 200, you're getting an opportunity to meet people, and you can't really assess the date on the first date. And then you can't say that's going to be my husband. It's just like the opportunity of meeting them again, like, shoes and a shirt coming open and stuff like that. Those are things that could be changed, or, like you could be like, he probably didn't like your outfit. I mean, it is what it is. But, those are conversations. Those are things to be had. But I want to get back to the little letter real quick. And I just want to tell the brother that wrote in when he was asking, should he lower his standards? No, the standards. What about the lowering?
Or her standards too high?
Or her standards too high? As if, as a Black man, Mahogany dating a white man, the standards are higher. No,
that's what I was gonna.
There is no. All because he's white doesn't make the standards higher. No. It's her standards or higher, and like either reach them, but never play yourself for anybody. So I just want to tell that Black man, never do that. I mean, you are who you are. Celebrate that, and I'm good with where he's at. But so. I don't know. I think those are like, I think traditionally men are like all the same, it's just about your preference. And I don't fault people for their preference. If your preference is a white man, then that's what you want. That's what you get. get it. It's okay. You know, to switch for an experiment. I don't know about that. Like I've always dated white men. I've always dated black men. I've never dated a white man. I don't feel bad because I've never dated a white man. It's just not my preference. It's just not how I envision myself.
When you go out on a date, you meet the representative anyway. You're not meeting the person that they are every day. You're meeting the person that they are trying to impress you with.
You are either.
And you're not. It's the representative. So outside of country, who else sticks out? So country landed in the friend zone.
Oh, and this other one landed in the friend zone too. So he's still my friend, and I really, really, really value our friendship. So
what's his nickname?
That's important.
There's no nickname. He doesn't have a nickname.
Oh, he's just friend zone.
For now.
So when you go on these dates with these guys, do you automatically know right then and there, like he's just going to be in the friend zone, or does it take you some time?
It takes some time. It takes some time. It just depends on how it develops. I don't go in there and think like, oh, this got to happen. This got to happen. I just got to feel the energy, and we got to have the conversation. For me, conversation, intelligence, that turns me on. So let me have that call. Let's talk about something. The world is happening around us. I like to talk about the world and not just some superficial things. We can be funny. We can talk about social media things and stuff like that. But I like to get deep but I also love to laugh. So I that's what I look for. The conversation is a good cadence. We go back.
Have you ever gotten into an argument with one of your dates?
Oh yes.
How did that go?
Oh, it's awkward.
What was that about?
It's just this whole.
How do you get into an argument with somebody you don't know? Like it's not in a grocery store and you're fighting over melons, but
I think it's more like we'll debate about an issue, and then we'll, and then I always back down because I'm like, I'm not gonna go back and forth with you on this, But I listen to see if he's gonna listen to me with what I gotta say, or is he just trying to be right? If he's just trying to be right, I immediately okay, I don't want to go.
I hate that. That will turn me off very quickly. I don't mind going into like a debate and your opinion's your opinion, but don't try to fight me over it. You know what I mean? Like don't try to overtalk me. Yeah. You know what I mean? And try to make me feel little, belittle me and stuff. I don't like that. That'll turn me off quickly. You know what I mean?
And it really is. I'm very sensitive to that, and I know I'm sensitive. So I stop myself and be like, let me just listen. Because maybe I can learn something. I love walking away from any conversation, learning something, because that'll make me think. I'm not thinking about like how many women he's dating or all this or that. No, I want to think about what he just like hit me to that I didn't know about, or something else. That's what I like. And I want to see if we can have that kind of dialogue and conversation, because that's sexy to me. That turns me on.
Do you ever get tired of dating that much? Because it sounds like you're serial dating. And I've done that before, but it's just exhausting mentally and physically. Yeah. And I took a break from it. So do you ever get tired? Do you ever say, I'm going to stop for a little bit, or you just keep going?
I'm in a break now.
You want to break now? Yeah. Okay.
So I'm in a break now. So it was like, and then I do believe you attract the energy that comes to you. And I was just attracting just not what I wanted. So I was like, let's take a break. Yep. I got a lot of things going on at work. I'm just doing, I'm going to. And the whole thing is, I don't look at this as being an experiment. This is not an experiment. It's something that I've always wanted to do. But meaning I want to date, I want to be with a black man. So I'm going to actively pursue them as opposed to waiting for them. Because like I said, in my experience, I'm sitting there smiling, not dancing or anything like that. But I'm like, hey, I'm welcoming, and it's not happening. So I'm going to step a little further. I'm doing more than I've ever done. And so that's what, that I'm committed to.
What if you can't find a black man? What if an Asian American man came up to you? Because it's like Molly. Like she was not on Insecure. She was not trying to hear it.
Asian babe.
And the Asian American dude, I'm talking about Insecure and Molly, but was just trying to holler at Molly, and she was like not with it. She was like playing him, and then realized like I need to give his brother a chance, because you could be missing it, and he's right there.
And I absolutely agree and that's where I'm at too. Like I've been saying, is that I love y'all. Y'all gonna be my preference, but I'm not gonna close myself off to anybody else or any other love that comes my way.
You shouldn't.
Right.
What is the goal?
You're my preference, Black man. I love you. You're my preference. I love you.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Love you. But I cannot hold myself in this little box. Just like I will never make myself smaller to fit into anybody's box or anything like that. So I'm open to that. And I would love an Asian babe. I love it. Would love it.
Asian babe. What is the goal? Marriage?
The goal is marriage.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why
Agreed.
not? Why not audition for the Bachelorette or Bachelor?
I'm
seriously.
No. I'm too old for that. They would never. Oh, no, they would never.
They want someone in their early 20s making decisions.
Those are the most foolish shows to me.
I never watched.
And they never stay with the person, to be honest.
Huh?
I was just asking. I don't watch it.
But those girls be crying like, hey, you kissed a dude that kissed like 50 other girls. Now, you probably have dated somebody to kiss 50 other girls, but that you don't know.
You don't know, right?
You don't know because you was his Tuesday girl. He probably did somebody all week. But you're in the same house with these same chicks, and then they cry like real tears, like, Travis, I want me. And I'm like, are you serious?
He took the other girl out. I thought he was gonna picnic. Like, shut up. It's just not that.
They're all foolish. The date. It's heartbreaking. I would never.
What's another? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Stuff about other chicks. I think the real important part of dating, and first and foremost, is dating yourself and knowing yourself.
Yeah.
So that's the most important.
Knowing what you want.
Know yourself and know that if this person doesn't come with this, it's okay because you got this. You're
right.
They're just. If you're not whole within yourself, another person doesn't add to that.
Yeah.
You got to know yourself. So it's really about knowing yourself. So the dating thing should be fun.
It's a way of
meeting people. That's
like you don't meet that person on a date. It's like you meet the person, like you meet your soulmate by accident. Yeah. Like you meet somebody and like you hate it. I watch a lot of chick flicks. So you meet them because he pissed you off.
Radio chick,
oh yeah, I'm definitely a chick flick chick. I'm a chick flick chick all day.
Chick, yeah.
All day. I think that, hey dude, you cut me off. Like, no, you cut me off. And then you end up seeing it's like, and then you run into him again at a bar, like, oh, you're the guy that cut me off. You're an ass. Well, you're a B and da 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 da. How about I buy you a drink? And he's like, whatever.
In the movies.
That's how I met my son's father at Arts.
See, I was right. Only in the movies and at Arts.
Arts. And it was crowded. And I wanted a drink, and he was like, excuse me, could you get me a beer? And he gave me his money. And I was like, what? Like, how you gonna ask me to get you a beer? I don't know you. I'm giving him all types of black girl attitude. Mm-hmm. He was like, I'll buy you a drink if you I don't need you to buy me no drink. I could buy my own drink, man. I'm that chick.
Yeah, me too.
I guess he thought that was cute.
He was
like, oh, she got a little spice in her. Okay. So I got my drink and then he got me a drink and was like, sorry for your troubles.
Oh.
And I was just like, whatever. And I guess, he started I don't remember too much, but he started some, small talk with me, and 24 years later, a 24-year-old son. So
didn't think that'd be your child's father.
I hated him. I thought he was an ass. But I always thought that's how people met. I met my current at work. Mm-hmm. When he walked in the studio, I was like, okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. I ain't never seen a brother like him before. Confident, swag, had that New York swag. I was just like, who is this? What's your name is?
But really, was it about you?
And then 17 years later, we still together.
Let me holler at you. 17 years.
17 long
years. But was it really one of those things where you saw him and you pursued him, or did he pursue you?
I was going to ask which one was which.
Me?
Yeah, did you go to him?
Yeah, because it's one of those things. Really,
I did. No. You know what I did? I tried, and we only have like 5 minutes, but I tried very hard to impress him because I had never seen anybody like him. For a long time, I used to call him eye candy because I couldn't remember his name. And that Alicia Keys song, "You Don't Know My Name," that was like the theme song.
Right.
Because I wanted to do so much just to impress him. I remember one time he was sick and I got him like soup and tea. And I was like, "Yeah, you want some soup or tea?" And we worked together at the time. So it was kind of like, that's just not something you do.
Right.
But I knew, and I did, LaShawn. I pursued him. I'm sorry, Mahogany. We got off Mahogany's
No.
thing. But yeah, I think that you don't put so much stress on meeting someone at a date, because that person could be at the AutoZone, dirty as hell, fixing cars, and he don't even work there. He just in the parking lot fixing cars.
I think it's like with anything, because that's probably the dude that's at that wrote the letter.
He don't work there. He don't work there.
AutoZone. No.
He don't even work there. He just in the parking lot fixing cars.
He's just fixing them in the.
Because he ain't got nothing else to do.
That's probably him. But it's probably one of those things.
I'm open to all circumstances, whether it's on a date or
I mean,
whether it's something
not all circumstances, not all of, just
She said, "Hold on, wait a minute."
Met him. He was on his way to court for murder. He was on his way to trial. Yeah, that's not a circumstance you want to.
Girl, when he got out that cop car and ran, I knew he was the one for me. Like, what?
Not gonna work.
He looks really good in orange. I never thought I would fall for a guy who looked good in orange.
Because our brothers, that's not our brothers. That's not it.
He looks good in orange.
They're not. So I mean, I love black men, and I'm not saying anything against white men, but I love black men, and I've had a pretty decent bunch. I mean, we all have our issues. I didn't do things right in a relationship, and they didn't do anything right. But and then all of our expectations, because I think what happens is we have these expectations, and when they don't meet our expectations, we say they're no good. It was our expectations. It's not that they're no good. They just didn't meet. So take your expectations out. Just let them be who they are. Then you see how it is. You just work and you see how it is. Like, okay, so I have no expectations for you, but there's certain things that that's guaranteed expectations. I do expect for you to treat me right. Those are things we don't even have to talk about, because that is your values. Those are your morals. But when it comes to, expecting in relationships, I don't think we should put it so high. Like, he didn't meet my expectations because he didn't do this. But let's look a little further into this. Once you talk to somebody, you're like, oh my goodness. Like, I had a really good friend. I used to be like, oh my goodness, he can't cook. And I don't like a man that cannot cook. But once I learned and I talked to him and we became friends, we really became friends. Man, when I learned his family history and what he had to go through, OMG, he had a bad life. You know what I mean? So his cooking wasn't up to par, because he was
that's why he can't cook.
Yeah, he struggled. You know what I mean? He struggled through life, and he's a fast food person, but he's also one who, his mom was on drugs, and he used to like be beside his mom so nobody would get her in drug things. You know what I mean? So I used to be like, he's slick Rick, this, da. But when I got a chance to meet him, I was like, yo.
See, for me, I would think that's too damaged. I couldn't take that on. I can't.
But who isn't damaged? Who isn't?
That's really damaged.
Some of us have insecurity.
Not that they don't deserve love. I'm not saying that.
Let's be real. I mean, everybody has some damage, and everybody have some bad baggage. But it's just, you're just deciding on what bags you're willing to pick up.
Right.
Which one you gonna pull with you? Everyone got our something.
Friendship, I learned so much about him. But this guy had, just because he didn't know certain things, like, his conversation was awesome. He's a hustler. He's a businessman, and different things he didn't do. When I got to know him as a friend, I'm like, wow, this is a hell of a dude. Like, he's a survivor. He got it going on, and there's things that are so teachable. But to some women, that wouldn't have met their expectations. Excuse me, that wouldn't have been them. But you have to look a little deeper into people. So that's when that friendship is cool, because you're not putting anything on the table like, okay, this one is going to be my man. And all because he got all of his teeth and a Tesla and some good shoes. Yo, this is my man. Like, this boy is a butthole with all that stuff.
I agree with that.
Mahogany, I want to thank you so much for being on the show. Thank you for coming back and sharing your stories. Hopefully you'll write this in a book or a blog or something, and keep us updated. Keep us updated, because I know you have. I know you're on a break, but if you continue on, just let us know. Keep us updated. Come back whenever.
Yes, love having you on here.
Thank you all so much for having me. I appreciate it. I've learned.
And you have fun at Salsa Night, girl.
That's right.
Yes, you ready?
Yes. All right. So before we head out, Urban Media Today Talk Sports is next. Jared, how can folks find us on streaming apps? How can they find us?
We are on so many streaming apps, you guys, such as Apple Podcast, Spotify, TuneIn, Live 365, SoundCloud, YouTube, Google Play, Anchor FM, Podbean, and urbanmediatoday.com.
All right. And
on Twitter, we can be reached at the Girl Hey 2018. And on Facebook, it's the Hey Girl Hey podcast. Yeah. Facebook, Hey Girl Hey podcast. I know, I don't know what it is. And then on IG is Hey Girl Hey podcast 2018, because we have so many numbers.
Mm-hmm.
So then
we only have one phone number, though.
We have one phone number, and you can reach us at that telephone number 412-609-61. Okay, no, that's my boo's number. Sorry, boo. Don't y'all call them.
She ain't got no boo. She ain't got no boo.
412-709-6130. I got plenty of boos. They're all my friends.
Tell your boo how to email you.
Okay, so he can email us at the heygirlheypodcast@gmail.com.
Thank you so much, Mahogany Jackson. Thank you.
We
call her Mahogany the dating chick. I'm sorry, she is the dating chick. The dating chick, Mahogany Jackson.
Take a sip for the dating.
Take a sip for the dating chick. Appreciate you.
Yes.
I'm the radio chick, Kiki Brown.
And I am the chatter chick, LaShawn.
And I'm y'all millennial chick, Jerry Tipton.
Come on, Mahogany. Go ahead. Introduce yourself.
And I am the dating chick, Miss Mahogany Jackson.
Yes. Miss Jackson, if you single.
Drop the mic.
You're cute. I love you.
Yes.